apartment's dark except the street light through the blind. It cuts across the ceiling in a pattern I can find. At 3 a.m. when everything that held me has let go, and all I have is wanting you with nowhere left to go. I've counted all the reasons this is foolish and is wrong. I've written them and burned them, and I've hummed them like a song. But desire doesn't answer to the rational and clear. Desire only answers in the dark, and you are here. But I am in the fire of a longing for your voice that swallows every reason and leaves nothing but the choice to reach into the darkness and admit what I have been carrying through every day, like that I should have said long since. Desire in the dark is the most honest thing I know. Desire in the dark is where the real feelings go. When the daylight's done pretending and the night tells what is true, my desire in the dark is reaching out for you, always reaching out for you. I found your number written on a paper in my coat, the one I wore the night you leaned across and wrote it slowly with a smile that said you knew exactly what you were beginning and what doors were being shut. I'm the version of my life that was predictable and fine, the version where I didn't cross the room and make you mine, or try to, that's the word, try to not succeed, because you are not something that a man can own. You're something that a man can only need, and needing is the thing that I have never been comfortable with wearing on my face for all to see. But here inside the dark, where no one else can see the seams, I am entirely and completely everything that needs. Desire in the dark has your name written through. Desire in the dark nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to hide. I won't call tonight. I know better than to call tonight. But the knowing and the doing are two different kinds of fight. And I am losing one of them in this dark apartment with the street light on the ceiling and your name inside my mouth. I am losing the one that says, be careful, be considered, be the man who doesn't reach. I am losing it to the one that says some things are worth the reaching, even when, especially when the reaching teaches everything you missed. Desire in the dark, I am done pretending otherwise. Desire in the dark is alive behind my eyes. And the morning can have its reason, and the daylight its control. But the desire in the dark is the truest part of me.
The house is dark except for one small flame. I set it in the window just in case you came. The neighbors probably think I've lost my mind. A grown man burning candles for someone left behind. I made your favorite coffee, let it cool. I'm not sure when I stopped being rational, but rational was never what we were. Two people burning bright and burning hard. The midnight comes and goes without a sound. The candle keeps on burning, burning down. And I keep watching shadows on the wall, pretending every one of them is you. Coming down the hall, there's a candle in the window burning low. A light I keep for you so you will know. burns for you. It always will. It always will. Always will. Burning, still burning for you. Burning, still burning for you. I'm standing at the crossroads of the life I had, and the life I'm supposed to want by now. One road leads back to everything we shared. One road leads away, I don't know how. To choose between the gravity of memory and the open sky of something new. So I've been standing halfway in the darkness, halfway in the morning, halfway between me and you. The birds have started singing and the stars are going home. The world is waking up around a man who stands alone. Halfway between the leaving and the long way back. Halfway on a road that has no map. I'm halfway home, but I don't know which home I mean. Halfway home, in the space between what was and what could be, between your arms and something free. Halfway home and nowhere in between. I called you from a payphone in a town I didn't know. 3 rings and then I hung up. Couldn't let you know that I was that close and still that far away. That I had 100 things I couldn't say. Like how I missed the way you burned the toast, and how you laughed about it with the most unguarded joy I've ever seen a person wear. God, I miss that laugh. I miss that laugh beyond repair. And now I'm in this diner at a corner table small, watching strangers live their lives inside these walls. And every couple here looks like we used to be, before the halfway swallowed all of me. I'm halfway home, but I don't know which home I mean. Halfway home, in the space between the voice and all this silence, your warmth and all this cold. I'm halfway home, but halfway does home mean when the place you built it doesn't hold you anymore? What does moving on mean when every step you take forward feels like closing one more door on something that deserves to stay open, that deserved to be more?
Walk through desert heat and mountain cold. I've seen the places where the young grow old. I've chased the sunset to the other side and found that every sunset leads to you inside. You photograph us crossed 1,000 miles inside my jacket next to every trial. A worn and faded corner creased with time. The only map I've needed, you are mine. They said the distance was too great to cross. They said some loves can't carry all that
across the miles, and then I'd lay there listening to you breathe and know that home was just a voice, and that's enough to go. I've slept in stations, terminals, and cars, beneath 100 different sets of stars. But every ceiling that I've stared up through had your name written in the dark where no one knew. The world said find someone a little closer. The world said love should be more practical. But practical is what you choose when you don't know yet what it means to feel this radical. This radical and raw and overwhelming. This absolutely certain and on fire. This thing that makes the impossible seem simple. This thing that makes a man a little higher. I would cross the world for you, through every storm and ocean wide. I would cross the world for you, through every dark and mountain high. There is no road too long, no sea too wide to swim. I would cross the world, I would burn it down and cross the world again and again for you. Distance is just distance, it's just space between two hearts, and hearts were made for crossing every distance kept apart. Time is just a number, just the turning of a page, and love is not diminished by the turning of an age. So call me from wherever you have landed. Call me from the edges of the earth. I'll be in my car, and I'll be driving to wherever you are. That's what you are worth. That's what you're worth to me. Every mile, every year, every sacrifice, every tear, every border, every sea. You are worth everything. I would cross the world for you. I'd cross it twice if once wasn't enough. I would cross the world for you, through every beautiful and rough. Oh, there is no force on earth, no time, no wall that keeps me from you. Nothing keeps me from you. Nothing at all. I would cross the world. I would cross the world. I would cross the whole world. The whole world for you. Always for you. I've walked through desert heat and mountain cold. I've seen the places where the young grow old. I've chased the sunset to the other side, and found that every sunset leads to you inside. Your photograph has crossed 1,000 miles.
leather jacket next to every trial.
Build my wall so high the sun forgot to come. I wore my armor, even sleeping, even numb. I told myself that strong meant never letting go, that real men didn't bleed where other people know. But then you came with all your hurricane and light, and tore the whole constructed fortress overnight. And standing in the rubble of everything I'd made, I found the only real thing I had never said. I'm not as strong as I have led you to believe. I'm not the stone I made myself out to be. Beneath the silence and the stillness and the pride, he's just a man who's terrified inside. I'm brave enough to break, brave enough to show the cracks, brave enough to break, and not pretend I can hold back. All these years of keeping everything inside, I'm brave enough to love you, brave enough to try, brave enough to break for the first time in my life, brave enough to break. The night I almost called you from the parking lot, I sat there for an hour with what I almost got, the courage to admit that I was lost without the kind of love I never learned to live without. I drove home in the rain and told myself again that needing someone was a weakness and a sin. But sin has never felt as honest as this ache, and weakness never looked as brave as what I take. They gave us all these rules about the way men feel. They said that tears were rust upon the wheel, but rust is just the proof that something once was warm, and I would rather rust than never face the storm. I'm brave enough to break, brave enough to show the cracks, brave enough to break, and not pretend I can hold back. All these years of keeping everything inside, I'm brave enough to love you, brave enough to try, brave enough to break for the first time in my life, brave enough to break. There's a boy inside this man who learned too young to hide, who learned that love was dangerous and pain was better swallowed than described. kept it perfect. Counted every feeling and its cost. You are allowed to break. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to be completely human and completely constructed lie. I'm brave enough to love you, brave enough to cry, brave enough to stand here completely open wide, brave enough to break and find that breaking is the bravest thing of all my life. The bravest thing of all my life. Breaking and brave, breaking and brave. Finally free. Last train's pulling out beneath the city lights. I'm standing at the platform, holding on to fight against the tide of everything that says let go, against the voice inside that says you have to know. When something's over, it is over and it's done. But every nerve inside me screams you are the one I build my every waking dream around, the one whose absence is the loudest kind of sound. I know what all the reasonable voices say. I know the dawn is coming for this night, but reason never loved you the way I do, and reason never held you in this light. So I'm asking for one more hour, one more chance to feel this real, one more moment standing at the edge of everything I know is true. Hold on to the night. Don't let the morning take you yet. Hold on to the night. Too beautiful to just forget. Every star above us, every breath we share. Hold on to the night. Like love was never meant to fade, like hearts were never meant to break. Hold on, hold on to the night. I've written out the speech 100 times, the one where I'm mature and say it's fine. But standing here I can't remember words that sound more hollow than the truth I've heard. 'Cause you were every summer I have known, that you were every place that felt like home, that somewhere in the years We both know it, because the